This thing that I'm telling you, I wish someone would have told me 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I was a beginner in this journey of building my personal brand, becoming an entrepreneur, chasing my dreams. I wish someone would have told me that day. Let me tell you the story that changes your life forever. After that, I'm going to tell you why I told you this, that I wish someone would have told me this sooner. On her journey to become a rainbow, the little light found herself trapped inside a glass jar in the middle of nowhere, completely alone. It felt like her worst nightmare became true. At first, she tried to get out, but slowly she gave up. She gave up even trying. Her light dimmed slowly, and all she wanted to do was cry. So she did. She cried, cried, and cried, and cried. She cried for days and days until the jar began to fill with all of her tears. At some point, she stopped fighting. She was floating into that tears, into the water, and finally, she gave up. She stopped fighting. She let go of all control. She gave all her weight to the water, letting it carry her. No struggle, no resistance, no trying. She was just existing at that moment, and she was watching. Finally, even the nagging voice inside her head went quiet. She wasn't feeling pain anymore. Then she looked up at the sun. Her gaze was soft, almost like a silent prayer, a quiet begging for help, without any words. She was just. The sun answered, although she didn't tell any words. It was like he heard what she was asking. Get back to what you truly are. Pure light can pass through glass. She heard the words, but she didn't understand. After a while, she looked at herself. First, she took off the hat, gave it to the water. The hat sank to the bottom of the water. Took the scarf, the purple scarf that she was so proud of to wear it in the crowd. Took it off, let it go into the water. Then her bag. The green bag that she was carrying and collecting everything, all the interesting things that she saw on her way, and she wanted to collect the memories of that, and she was carrying in that bag with herself. Took the bag out and let it sink into the water. Now she reached the wall of the jar. She leaned toward the wall and tried to see, is it true? Can I get through the glass? She tried and she saw, yes, my head is going through the glass. Her head was on the way out of the thick walls of the glass in the middle of that, and she stuck there. She couldn't go any further. She pulled herself back inside and looked again at the sun. That tired, sad, begging for help look. And the sun pointed to her necklace. Only light can pass through glass. The little light looked at her necklace. But this is my family necklace. It belonged to my grandmother. My mother gave it to me because she loved me, because she was proud of me. All of my cousins have one. I must always carry it with me. I cannot lose it. Not even if I'm stuck here forever. I'm not going to lose it. The sun kept quiet, didn't answer. She held tight to the necklace, then looked at it and looked at the sun again. It was like she was begging with her eyes for the sun to give her any solution but this. The sun answered the look again. She gave it to you because she loved you, yes? Then her love existed before the necklace and without it, yes? So, what are you trying to keep with yourself? The thing that you always had? Even before that necklace? The love is for you, not for what you wear, what you do, or what you have. Slowly, with shaking hands, she closed her eyes, dropped some tears. I think the last tears that she had in her eyes. She took off the necklace, looked at it. When she looked at it in her hand, it was just a necklace. It lost the meaning when she looked at it from this point of view. With all pressure and all anger she had and all frustration that she was feeling, she threw that into the bottom of the jar. It was like a part of her always was waiting for this moment to take this off and throw it away. She did it, finally. Looked at it at the bottom of the water, and without any hesitation, she turned back, looked at the thick wall of the jar, and without looking back, she just went forward. The glass was so thick that it felt like she's breaking in every dimension. The pain was overwhelming. It was paralyzing. She didn't even have the strength to resist it because she was done resisting. She was done struggling to keep things. She learned how to surrender and give her weight to the water. Now, this was easy. She gave herself to all the things that she was experiencing in that moment that she was getting out of that jar. Finally, she made it. She was out, not stuck anymore. But something had changed. She felt lighter. She looked at her hand and was, I'm a rainbow. I have colors. She turned to the sun with shock. The sun smiled gently and said, my beautiful child, light becomes a rainbow when it breaks into pieces. Okay. No, nothing. I think you got it. Yes. There's no more explanation with this story. You got it. Happy birthday. Now you are a rainbow. After shedding the things that you are not, and you embrace that, breaking into pieces. I come another night and talk more about these things. I have a lot of heart to heart things to say, but right now, because this story is so emotionally touching for me, I cannot continue to talk. Just happy birthday on the other side of the jar. Everything is lighter, everything is, you are free. Good night.